right, the very first thing I want to talk about right now is Dear Satan. It's weird to say that. Dear Satan, everybody. And I watched it. I know Mike was like, it looks funny. I watched it. It was actually a pretty funny movie.
The trailer's good, yeah.
It's actually pretty good. It's the Farrelly brothers are back for the first time since Dumb and Dumber 2, T.O., the last time they did a movie together. And they came together to make this movie. Jack Black's hilarious in it. Again, a kid writes, you think he's writing Santa Claus. He actually writes Satan. And then, of course, the shenanigans entail. And he's getting these wishes from Satan. He gets 3 wishes from Satan that pretty much give his soul to Satan if he doesn't, if he does all these wishes. It was very fascinating to me. What's up, Ty? I really actually enjoyed it quite a bit. I was happy the Farrelly brothers are back to work together again. And Jack Black's awesome in it. He's so different, but also so great as Jack Black. We love it so much. So if you have a chance, check it out. It's on Paramount Plus right now. Check it out. We have Dear Satan rocking the airwaves. And I think that Days of Our Lives probably paid Satan, too, to be on the air as long as they've been on the air. Because they're on the air for 15,000 episodes, everybody. 15,000 episodes. Woo! That's crazy to me. Insane. And they actually open up their 15,000th episode this week with a black and white vintage kind of clip from Bill Hayes, Doug, from the bars back in the good old days, I guess they used to have. I never watched Days of Our Lives, but people are like, this is the good old days. This is what it is. And they got picked up for another season on top of that, too. So if you're a friend of Days of Our Lives, there's prayers to 15,000 more. Depends how much they sold their soul to them. So, I mean, I don't know. The only thing that's like closely that I have in the news right now that's related to that many episodes is Family Guy. And Family Guy is coming back. They have a lot of episodes, not 15 fucking thousand. But they're coming back now to Adult Swim. Amazing. Coming back to Adult Swim after all this time. Of course, it started on Fox and they were canceled. Adult Swim brought them back. Back in 2021, they left, though, going back to Fox. And now in 2025, they will appear now officially back on Adult Swim as well, doing reruns. They're going to do a 3-day marathon when they first come back, too, if you have Adult Swim, starting January 1st. Back-to-back episodes from 7 p.m. Eastern time all the way till 5 a.m. And then you're going to have, again, them back in the airwaves for a long time, weekdays from 10 to 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. So good for Family Guy. I love it so much. I'm happy they're able to keep going after all the time being canceled and coming back. It's a fantastic thing. And you know what? They're very lucky to have that run. A lot of shows don't get that. And I would say Bel-Air is one of those shows that's very lucky to have their run they've had because you're basing it off of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which wasn't a big freaking, it was a big hit, but these reboots like this aren't working. They're not the big hits normally. And this was a big hit for actual Peacock right now. And they got picked up for a 4th season. So the 4th season will be the last season. Normally they do 8 episodes, but they're dropping them down now to they're usually doing 10 episodes, they're dropping down to 8 episodes for this. So I mean, a little bit less episodes is kind of what happens sometimes. What's up, Racer X? Good to see you, man. But I'm happy. I know the cast is probably excited about this. Kruse probably excited about this. One more season of Bel-Air. We talked about that Family Matters one they're trying to do too, which I never think will actually happen. But this will keep going forward. I think they're very lucky. And speaking of lucky, everybody, Lucky is coming to Apple TV Plus. That's right. We have this new limited series with Anya Taylor-Joy. She's executive producing it on top with Reese Witherspoon. They're not on top of each other. They're on top. They're working together, if you're wondering that. But Reese Witherspoon and Anya Taylor-Joy, I wish they were on top of each other. They're working together, everybody. It's a fantastic thing. This project, I mean, I would watch that over. I'm still going to watch Lucky.
I get a lot of views, yeah.
I think I'd be even more lucky to watch that show. I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there for us out there. It's Hump Day, everybody. It's Hump Day. But so this is about. I know, GR. I can have my dreams. Okay, I can have my dreams.
You have coming underlined on that. On your graphic there, Brian.
Those are supposed to be the things you don't talk about, Mike. Yes, Furiosa Queen. Furiosa. Too late. It's out there now. Round of applause for Mike catching that. Thank you, TV audience out there. But it centers around a young woman who has left the life of crime behind her, and now she's been raising that for years. She's left it behind, but now she's coming back and embracing her darker side, her criminal side, for a final time in order to get a desperate attempt to escape from her past. Very, very interesting logline right there. It means it doesn't tell me shit, really, but I'm interested to see if it's going to be good. And Anya Taylor-Joy doing this, executive producing for the first time, Apple TV Plus. Hopefully it's great. And what's up, Edward Hyde? A lot of us would watch that. Yeah, we would, right? Edward Hyde? A lot of us would watch that. A lot of us would definitely watch that. We'd appreciate to see that every day.
Break the internet.
Come on, let's break the internet. And something that I guess broke the internet was Surface, which I'm like, I don't know how this is coming back, but Surface is coming back for a second season over at Apple TV Plus, dropping February 21st. This show itself, I didn't think I'd get a second season. It's about a girl who wakes up and she doesn't know where she came. She apparently tried to commit suicide and she lived through it, and then she came back and deal with her husband, deal with her life situation, and then she's like trying to figure out who she is again. At the end of the season, though, she actually ditches her whole husband, spoiler alert, and she goes off to London. We're going to pick it right up back there at Apple TV Plus, so we're going to see what happens with that. I'm interested to see if that's going to be good. I like the first season, but it could have been a one and done, but apparently Apple TV is like, no, we're not done with that shit yet. And they're also not done with Severance. I'm very happy about that, because Severance is coming back for a second season. Finally, everybody, Severance is coming out, and it's coming out January 7th. And they're doing a podcast based off that too. We're going to get a podcast that's going to work in correspondence with every episode. So first episode's dropping. They're actually dropping a couple episodes at first, and they're going to have 2 episodes of the podcast drop at the same time. Didn't watch the first seasons of Surface. It's interesting, Milton Bradley. I think it's good. I was just shocked to do a second season. Severance, if you haven't seen Severance, watch that over this. I love Severance. It's such a fucking good show. Adam Scott's so good in it. The whole cast, Ben Stiller produces this, but it's going to be Ben Stiller and Adam Scott doing the podcast. Then they're bringing cast members on as well, and then celebrities popping in here and there, special appearances by people. So we'll see who that will be. Like, one of the people they said in it, I'm like, how is this? Like, why would this person be on? It was like Jon Stewart. Like, why would Jon Stewart be on this as a podcast? Because he has his own podcast. It's weird. It's weird to me. It's just weird to me, Mike. It's weird to me. But I'm all about it. This is like a whole thing. These these correspondence pieces are these what do you call them? These follow-ups they have every time for these podcasts. So interesting to see what happens. But another show that people are raving about and going crazy about is Sweet Pea. Another S. Sweet Pea is coming back. This British comedy revenge thriller series is coming back, everybody, for a second season. If you've been watching that, it's a pretty massive show out there. And over from the UK, everybody. And it has and stars Lewis, Rihanna Lewis, that's the character's name, by Purnell. And Purnell is an actor who actually is starring in Fallout. So she's been blowing up there, but this is a great thing for her. She's coming back to be that serial killer, that hot, seductive, sultry serial killer one more time that's out there, slathering up some butter on some victims and slashing off the prices in their arms and limbs and their whatever.
This is the grocery store killer, Brian.
Why not?
The green grocer river killer. That's a play on the Green River Killer, which is a real one, but
it's a real one. Yeah, it's a real one. But they're saying it's based on a book series. In the book series, they said that the first season's more of like a prequel, and the second season is really delving in and slashing those prices, like Mike said, getting those oranges and squeezing them tight. And I can't wait to see how great it's going to be. If you love it so much, you're right, because she's going to kill them all, and Kill 'Em All's coming back for a second movie, everybody, with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Fuck yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme, friend of the show. Love this man so much. I wish you need Jean-Claude in this thing. Is it Popeye's Baby? Is that what it is, Queen? Popeye's Baby is Sweet Pea?
That's where Sweet Pea came from.
That's hilarious, and that's awesome, and I love that so much. Kill 'Em All, though, 2 is coming. Jean-Claude's coming back. It's 7 years after the first one, dropping on Christmas Day. This ex-CIA agent is getting back in the saddle one more time. Out there, Van Damme, of course, with his daughter Vanessa, as they confront a vengeful adversary. So yeah, we'll see. But I didn't see this one. Anybody, before I move on, anybody see this at all? Because I'm like, Kill 'Em All. I love Jean-Claude Van Damme. Like, who the fuck is he killing all? Like, and how did I miss this movie on Netflix? Carter, did you see that at all?
Unfortunately, I did not, but I heard great things about it. Like, I have heard it from word of mouth, and I've only heard really exciting things about it. So thinking positively, when we see it with our own eyes and hear it with our own ears, it'll be just as magnificent, if not more.
I hope so. It's crazy to me, though, too. I'm like, fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme. And you know what? Oh, I love this, man. But you also have to kill them all if you have a zombie apocalypse. And that's what Outlast is doing. There's some kind of weird outbreak happening in Outlast. But Outlast was a very big hit game right now, everybody. But there's a horror film producer, Roy Lee, is adapting this with Red Barrel's video game for Lionsgate right now. So this is moving forward. If you're a fan of this game right now, it's going to be blowing up pretty soon to your big screen. JT Petty is involved in the game. He's working on the screenplay. And I'm interested to see, because I haven't heard this game, but I hear great things online about it. And
It's
of course,
scary.
any kind of video game, is that what it is?
It's a scary game, yeah.
Well, I mean, the whole thing is it's a first-person shooter. It revolves around an investigative journalist, Miles Upshur, who decides to investigate a remote psychiatric hospital named Mount Massive Asylum in the mountains of Lake County, Colorado. And beneath there is apparently a psychological terror that defines the Outlast installment that happens during this whole thing. It sounds like Resident Evil to me, like the Hive and all that shit from like the first movie, which wasn't actually the game really at all, but it sounds like the Hive to me. I'm interested to see if that's going to be a fantastic thing. And people love this game, so hopefully if you're a fan of the game, you're super excited about this. I know, Mike, you're probably more excited about, of course, the new Lord of the Rings movie coming out, and they dropped the first 8 minutes. We got Carter here right now. I know Carter was on here.
Wow.
8 minutes.
Like the final
first
cut?
8 minutes.
Wow.
It was the first 8 minutes of the final cut. It's coming to theaters, and if you haven't seen it, it's out there right now. It's actually a pretty great 8
That
minutes.
looks
At first,
fucking
I was
awesome, Brian. That just that graphic, that looks amazing. Like, I'm so on board.
Well, at first I was like, it starts off kind of slow, but it gets into, I'm like, okay, it took me a second to watch it, but it's at 183 years after the events of the original trilogy of films of Lord of the Rings, and we're delving into this animated version. I know a lot of people love Lord of the Rings. This could do great, Mike, but I'm like, as GR said earlier, it doesn't involve the actual original writer, right, Jay? It's not original. Tolkien's not involved, right, GR?
Not at all.
Yeah, so
Well, probably
maybe
not. I mean, he's been-
It has nothing to do with Lord of the Rings. It's a bunch
He's
of
been
crap.
dead for 50 years. Like,
Oh man, it's true, Mike. But I would still be like, we'll see. This it's gonna blow up the theaters very soon. Before you know it, and it's gonna be exciting. It's coming out this summer. Or I think it's this summer. It's coming out, right? It's coming out. No, it's coming out December. No, it's coming out now. It's coming out December.
It's like next week.
hell yeah.
It's like next week. It's like fucking
Closer
next week.
Summer.
Yeah, close to next summer, GR. Next week, animated Lord of the Rings dropping in theaters. Get ready for that. And also Ben Theaters doing a great job, of course, with Wicked, but a big controversy thing that's blowing up the waves even more is, of course, this Wicked box, everybody, that has a pornographic site listed on the back of it. And now there's a class action lawsuit against Wicked right now. Class action lawsuit. We knew this, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. It was like last Monday, a week ago Monday, where, of course, this box came out. Kids are going apparently to wicked.com and seeing some wicked
Jesus
little things
Christ.
happening. Yep. And so because of that,
Brian,
it was
for
supposed to
the
be
record,
wickedmovie.com.
They can't see squat.
Well, that's what I said, GR. 'Cause last week we
Unless
wanted
they
to talk
got
about this last
Mommy's
week.
credit card, they can't see anything.
Well,
Let's
GR,
take
then
a
here's
peek right now.
Well, here's the thing, though. Mattel is being sued for mistakenly printing this, okay? And a person from South Carolina, resident, started this class action lawsuit pursuing the toy and the toy company for saying that their daughter visited the X-ray website, had nothing to do with the Wicked doll, of course, nothing at all. And the playful claims that they want a refund and they want to get money back for her and her daughter for emotional distress from the misprint. And they claim that they immediately showed their mother the pornographic photos, and they both were horrified by what they saw. They also said they saw all this crazy stuff that you actually don't see when you first go to the website, like how deep it was. You don't actually see all the different nakedness that they're saying you would see.
Not
So
at
to
all.
me,
There's no naked. I'm clicking multiple clicks deep into this website, and it gets risque after you confirm that you're like 18 years old, but it's still not what I would call necessarily pornographic. Like, it's nothing you wouldn't see at the beach, even after a few clicks.
That's what I'm saying.
The kid is going to know. The kid is going to know, like, hey, this is not the correct website.
You
Wasn't
would think
the,
so immediately.
Wasn't the whole thing about it that they used generative AI to design the boxes, and so the AI put that website on there?
I did not hear that. I believe that shit, though.
I thought that was the whole thing, because like this story broke a couple of weeks or a couple of months ago,
Yeah.
even. And I thought that was what Mattel was saying at the time, was that they had used generative AI to design the box.
Blaming AI, right? It wasn't us. It was the AI man. You know?
But, I mean,
It was
it's
me.
still
It wasn't our man.
fault for like not reviewing the product like after the
Yeah,
the thing
that's
was
the
generated.
people
Like,
that they're
nobody looked
paying.
at this
That's their
before
fault.
they printed it and sent it out to stores. Come on.
That's all
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, but the thing is that now that the class action lawsuit has started, if you bought this at all, they're gonna come after you. You'd actually like file the claim in here and get involved, and actually, hopefully, if you actually were upset about it, you can get some money. But I think this is a cash grab. Like, I just don't see it.
Jesus,
I just
it's
don't
the most
see it
obvious
being-
cash grab I've ever heard. And Trevor's
Yeah.
right. Like, it's their responsibility as a corporation to review the materials that they put out. It's their fault.
100% their fault. So to me personally, I'm like, this doesn't line up. But we'll talk about that. But a lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.